Assalamualaikum to Dr. Latifah. We are going to present the product of disclosure sheet from the Islamic Bank and the conventional bank. The banks that we have chosen are Public Bank and Public Islamic Bank. First of all, what is PDS? PDS is a document provided by financial service providers to clients or customers when they recommend or offer a financial product. PDS contain information such as the product's key features, fees, commissions, benefits, risk, and the complaints handling procedure. In this video, we are going to differentiate both banks based on the PDS. The public bank represents conventional banking, while the public Islamic bank represents Islamic banking. Conventional banking is a commercial bank that accepts public deposits and gives loans for consumption and investment to make a profit. Conventional banking is made by a man-made law, while Islamic banking is a banking activity that complies with Sharia and its practical application through the development of Islamic economics. Now, let's move to the background of the banks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norain binti Muhammad Nurizan and my matrix number is 284802. Today I would like to start my presentation with explaining the background of Public Bank Berhad and Public Islamic Bank. With the motto of excellence is our commitment, Public Bank is one of the third group banking in Malaysia, founded by Tan Sri Dr. Teh Hon Piao. And Public Bank is actually provide a financial service and it has runs the network in Asia, offering full suite products and services. Started established in 6 August 1966. And as at 2022, the group has a network of around 264 branches across Malaysia and across the Asia. And it has offering a comprehensive suite of financial products and services which comprise the personal banking, the commercial banking, Islamic banking, investment banking, share broking, nominal service, sale and management, and many more. And for the Islamic banking product is actually first offering by the Public Islamic Bank through their product and services as a window from their mainly operation via Public Bank since 1993, and they have been contributed to the Islamic banking field as a whole, focusing in consumer and retail financing, small and medium enterprise financing, and deposit taking. Public Islamic Bank, officially owned subsidiary of Public Bank, commenced in operation on 1st November in 2008. And the thought of focusing on the Islamic banking product has started because of the high fast-paced development and growing acceptance by the Malaysian regardless of their race and their religions call for the banking product and services. And it's actually not only focusing on the Sharia compliance, but also it managed to be competitive with the deposit and financing product, and it to meet all of the requirements. Because of that, our group decided to choose the product under the topic 7, which is about the Islamic banking product and services. And the product that we choose is about house financing, which is Public Bank as a conventional bank, while for Public Islamic Bank as an Islamic bank. Actually, both of these banks has offered home-based financing, but with different type of contract involved, which is Public Bank, it called as a housing loan home, while for the Public Islamic Bank, it has two main products, which is about home financing, which is called Home Equity Financing I and Home Equity Financing I Green VBI. And according to the product disclosure sheet provided by conventional bank that we choose, which is Public Bank, the product is about a non-free legal documentation, which is the contract is about the housing loan is calculated on a variable rate basis, and the bank offering you property as a security for the finance. Well, for the Islamic banking product, it actually offer the customer to purchase the residential property jointly with the bank for owner occupancy and offering the house as a security for the financing, and is also available for refinancing the residential property for owner occupancy and offering the house as a security for the financings. And the Sharia concept or the contract that applicable in this product, which is Musyarakah Mutanakisa, or we know as the diminishing partnership, which is as the customer and the bank, they jointly acquire the own of the property. And the next contract, which is Ijara or leasing, which is the bank then they leases the share to the customer on the basis of Ijara, which is lease, and the customer needs to pay rental to the bank under the Ijara, which is partially contributes toward increasing the share in this property. Besides, this home financing provided from the public Islamic bank also involve the contract of Ijara Mahsufa fi Al-Lazima, which is forward lease, and is also applicable for property which is under construction. And last but not least is Wa'an, is unilateral promise, which refer to an expressions of commitment given by one party to another party to perform certain action in the future. Next, for the fees and charges. Both public bank and public Islamic bank consist are the charge if the customer agree to proceed with the contract. And for conventional institution, which is public bank, the customer are required to pay stamp duty as per charge under Stamp Act 1949, disbursement fee, which is it includes the fee registrations of charge and other related charge, and the last one is processing, or more known as an upfront fees, which is one-time fees charged for the approval the financing. According to product disclosure sheet provided from Public Islamic Bank, the customer also need to pay for the fees and charge, which is including processing fees, serving fee for withdraw the facility others fees, termination fee if the customer or the bank charge if the facility is cancelled prior to the disbursement, and the last one is stamp duty, which is it including stamping on letter offer and stamping in principal agreement, which is also consists of a musyarakah contract, purchase undertaking, ijara contract, declaration of trust, and service agency agreement.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nuliana binti Irahi and my matric number 287598. I will continue my part about the Islamic finance issue related to the product disclosure sheet for public Islamic banking versus public banking for their home financial. Based on the PDS chosen, one of the issues that customer lack of knowledge in applying mudarabah as a contract in public Islamic banking. It can be issued because the most common mistake is to assume that murabahah can be used for all type of transaction and financing. Murabahah contract is a type of trust sale contract under Sharia in which the purchaser release upon the integrity of the seller to acquire the desired Sharia compliant asset at a reasonable cost. The existence of the asset was used against murabahah. Asset to be traded in a murabahah contract should recognized by the Sharia valuable, irretrievable, and deliverable, and the asset is already in existence and owned by the seller. For example, housing project or properties under construction are not permissible under the principle of murabahah. Second, determining the markup price in the long term. Murabahah referred to as cost plus financing because it includes a profit markup in the transaction rather than interest. A seller and buyer agree to the cost and the markup, which are then paid in installment. Most of the Islamic banks determine the profit or markup price for the murabahah contract using interest rate as benchmark. The practice of using interest rates as markup is common in conventional banking, but interest-based financing is prohibited under Sharia law. The last one is murabahah has been criticized because early payment discount and penalty in the event of default. In the case of default by the client in the payment on the due date, the selling price cannot be increased. The reason for not charging a penalty were based on the principle that the agreed price should not be increased or decreased. However, contemporary Muslim jurists agreed that banks can impose a late payment penalty on clients, but the penalty amounts must only be used for charitable purpose. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hidayah Alfinurul with metric number 276261. Okay, next I will continue about the method and procedure to solve stipulated issue. So, first of all, if the existing of asset accept to the bid trader under murabahah contract are required to be identifiable and deliverable. So, to solve this issue, the bank can use the istisna contract. Istisna is an Islamic contract for the home buyers to purchase a house under construction. However, this contractual arrangement may lead to additional risk for the Islamic financial institution. Financial institution may arrange musyarakah mutanaqisah with the istina, whereby the partner enter into an istina contract with a third party. So, there is just a principle allow the selling of something that is not constructed or is under constructed. Therefore, unlike other contracts, an istisna contract will be more suitable as a home financing product when the asset is not available yet or not already stock house. Okay, next is determining the markup price into the long term. The price of using interest rate as markup is common in conventional banking, but interest-based financing is complicated and under Sharia law. For resolving this issue, the bank can use the musyarakah mutanaqisah contract. It is because the contract is more flexible and suitable than the murabahah contract in terms of pricing. In musyarakah mutanaqisah, the bank can adjust the rental price according to the current market price, and thus both client and bank are not exposed to the market risk. The client makes the predicted installment based on the market valuation, and the purchase price is based on the market value at the time, which had a lower level of market rates and compared to murabahah and BBA financing. Okay, lastly is the yearly payment discount and penalty in the event of default. So as general principle in Islamic law, default or late payment are not penalized, while an early payment discount is not given to a customer who pays ahead of the schedule. So in Ijarah home financing, the bank or grant the ibro, what we call is rebate on any amount payable by the customer in respect of any payment due under the facility taken up by the customer with the bank based on the stipulation by public bank. The bank may sell the leased asset to the customer on a credit basis at a mutually agreed price, and may hold the asset as collaborator to guarantee majority and financial payment of the purchase price. If the customer or lease default on the obligation to pay the purchase price, the bank may exercise its right to liquidate or collateral, or may claim the remaining purchase price under the credit sales net of evolve, as we know as rebate, if usable, and any delay in rental fees and costs related to the liquidation of the collateral. So that's all from me. Thank you. I will pass it to the next one.
In conclusion, PDS is particularly beneficial for assisting consumers in making educated decisions when purchasing a financial product and having a comprehensive grasp of the product's primary features and hazards. This is because they offer information about the company. Importantly, it will give an understanding of the risk in return and also about the fees and charges. Consumers must be given the PDS before investing in financial products in order to help all consumers to make better decisions. Next, PDS also can avoid current bias. This is due to current bias often occurring during the period of investing in financial products. For example, people may overborrow and pay their debts lower than they want. Moreover, people may ignore the charges that may be incurred in the future. In this case, Islamic banking should be the consumer's choices since it is Sharia compliant and is less risky than conventional banking.